I haven't made a video in a very long time because I've been busy. And one of you asked for me to do a little video about Warped Tour because I finally went to Warped Tour, yay! And I'm super depressed now because it's over and I have major concert depression. But it was amazing. I went to Warped Tour July 11th in Mansfield, Massachusetts, and oh my god, it was amazing. Like literally, I have the worst sunburn. I don't think you can see it, but like I got sunburned all here, all on my shoulders, all on my back. It like is so bad. I got a little bit on my face. Um and it wasn't even sunny that day either. It was like weird. It was like cloudy, and it was actually pouring rain on our way up there. So we were on our way up there and it was pouring rain, and they like there were like flash flood warnings and all this stuff, and I was like, oh my god, this is awful, like it's gonna rain all day and it's gonna be terrible, and I was like so upset. And then we got there and it was like the rain stopped. The skies didn't necessarily clear up, but like the rain stopped and it was kind of cloudy the rest of the day, but it was like the perfect Warped Tour day because it wasn't sunny and it wasn't raining. So it was like it wasn't like hot. I mean, like the air was kind of like humid and hot or whatever, but there was no sun, so it wasn't like extra hot, like extra heat coming down from the sun, and there was no rain, so it was like it wasn't raining, so that was good. My voice is still a little bit recovering because I actually lost my voice the day of and the next day, and it's still kind of coming back. I don't know if you can hear it. I lost my voice from screaming my head off at the sets. I went to see, okay, here's who I went. I went to see 8 different bands. I went to see The Wonder Years, Bless the Fall, The Used, Black Veil Brides, August Burns Red, Memphis Mayfire. Who else did I see? I saw 2 more people. We Came as Romans, and who was the last one? Oh my god, who was the last one? I'll think of it. But I saw all those people, and then I literally can't think of it. Who was it? Damn it. I can't think of it. But I saw those people, and then so they were all amazing. Bless the Fall was the first one that I saw, and they were crazy. And I actually got I actually got taken down. What is going on back? Oh, it's my phone. I got hit in the head multiple times by a lot of crowd surfers. I almost crowd surfed myself, but then I was like, nah, I'm not feeling it. So I got hit in the head a lot by crowd surfers. Actually, during Bless the Fall set, I was wearing my glasses so I could like see the stage, and my glasses got kicked off by a crowd surfer. So I was like, you know what? That's it. Putting them in my back pocket. I was like, I'm not doing this. And then so they went off for the rest of the day, and then there was an AP signing. There was like the magazine AP, and there was a signing at their tent, and my friend and I were walking by because I don't know if you know the girl. There's this girl on Twitter. Her name is Megan, and she runs the Fan Probs account on Twitter. I don't know if you've seen it, but she's pretty cool, and she actually lives in Massachusetts as well, so we met up, and so that was kind of cool. And then she got like a little sticker to like go to the AP signing, and she was like, oh, wait for me, and I was like, oh, okay. So my friend and I were waiting for her and her friend, and my friend goes, Molly, look, there's Jenna McDougall, and I was like, what? And I turn around, and Jenna McDougall, Maddie Mullins, Kellen Quinn, Christopher Drew, and Andy Biersack are all sitting there, and I was like, oh my god, I literally lost it. I was like, that is like, and then of course there was some guy that was like standing like outside with like a spray gun, and he was like, yeah, keep moving, whatever, and I was like, yeah, I'm waiting for my friends, and he like didn't even care, and I was like, whatever. So we just kind of like moved to the side, and then like stood out of the way so like he couldn't reach us with the spray gun, and then waited for her and her friend to like be done. And then we went to see Bless the Fall, and then Bo, he was like, yeah, go home and legally or illegally download this song. Like, I don't care. And I was like, perfect. Like, and then The Used. Oh my god, The Used was amazing. Bert, he came out with this little like 4-year-old boy who had cancer, and he was like, hey, this is my friend. What was his name? Matthew. His name was Matthew, and he was like, let's all like cheer like Mighty Matthew for him. And he got like Bert got the whole crowd to cheer Mighty Matthew. It was so cute. And then Bert, he was like talking about how, oh, Let Live, that's the other band I saw. I knew I'd remember it. Let Live. Bert was talking about how like there shouldn't be a difference between fan and musician, so like we should be equal. Like just because they're on the stage playing a show for us doesn't mean that they're better than us. And so I was like, that was like really cool for me just to hear him say that and whatever, because like I know some bands think that they're better than, oh, would you shush? I know some bands think that they're better than their fans, when really the fans and the bands should be equal, as Bert said, and I thought that was really good. And Let Live, that's the other band that I saw, and Jason Allen Butler is probably the most inspiring person I've ever seen like live. Like, he basically told the crowd his whole life story in about 5 minutes, and between each song he'd be like, long story short, this is what happened to me, and then he'd sing his heart out and scream, and like it was so crazy, and like I was so moved by it, and I started to tear up because it was like that, I got that emotional about it. Like, it was so amazing. And then so that was that, and then We Came as Romans was amazing. Screamed the lyrics to every single song, every single set, lost my voice, headbanged, got a nasty sunburn, and then I went to Blackfield Brides, and if you know anything about me, you know that Blackfield Brides is like my favorite band in the whole world, aside from AFI. AFI is my favorite band in the entire world, nothing compares to them, and then Blackfield Brides comes after that. I don't want to hear anything about Blackfield Brides sucking or anything, okay? Like, as you can see, I am not some psycho fan scene girl, okay? I am a normal person. I'm 18 years old. I'm not 13. I don't wear the big hair. I don't have the raccoon tails, okay? I'm not a psycho. I just really like their music, and I don't want to hear anything else about it, okay? And they really mean a lot to me. And so if you know anything about Blackfield Brides and you know anything about me, you know that I really love them. And I was at their set, and I went to the Wonder Years before their set, and they happened to be playing on the same stage as the Wonder Years, so that worked out. And my friend and I snuck our way up to the front, and so we were in the front, and they came out. The first person to come out was Cece, the drummer, and I literally lost it because Cece, like, means so much to me, and I never really realized how much he meant to me until I saw him, like, on stage in front of me. Like, I literally didn't know what to do with myself because he's been the one that's inspired me to be optimistic every day about life and really, like, live life and keep going, basically, because, like, I've been through points in my life where I'm like, oh, I don't know if, like, it's worth it anymore, and then he just comes around and he shows me that, you know, it's okay to be myself, it's okay to have bad days, and you just got to stay positive and think about all the good things that you have in your life, and that was really important for me in those times that I was having. So just to see him there was, like, amazing, and I started to cry when he walked on the stage, and then the rest of the band came out, and I was, like, going crazy, screaming, whatever, and then, so they played the beginning of Exodorium, if you know of any of their songs, if you know Wretched and Divine, which is their newest album that just came out in whenever, I don't remember, like April or something like that. They played Exodorium, and then they played Shadows Die. And during Shadows Die, I started to cry a little bit because it was kind of hitting me that they were really there, and I was like, whoa. And then I was like, you're not just pictures. And then they played, I don't remember the order they played things in, but they played Rebel Yell, and they played Wretched and Divine, and they played Fallen Angels. And when they started playing Fallen Angels, I really started to cry because of the lyrics, not just because they were standing in front of me, but, like, I'm one of those people that, like, really, like, the lyrics, like, hit home and hit hard and whatever. So I really started to get emotional with the lyrics, and of course my friend and I are standing right up close to the front, so I'm crying, and I'm like going like this, and I've got like my rock on sang, and my eyes are filled with tears, and Andy looks right, like I'm dead serious. Like, I was right up front, and so I know he was looking exactly at me. He looked right at me, and he smiled, and I literally was like, I can't even anymore. Like, what is this life? And so that was pretty awesome for me, just to, like, have him singing to me and see me getting so emotional during that song. And then they played In the End, and that was the last song they played. They played, what did they play? They played Shadows Die. They played Ambience first when everyone was like coming out. Then they played, or no, they played Exodorium when everyone was coming out. Then they played Shadows Die. Then they played Let You Down, which is off the deluxe version of their CD. Then they played Fallen Angels, Rebel Yell, Wretched and Divine, and In the End. And In the End was the last one they played. And when they played and they played I Am Bulletproof too. And when they played In the End, I know that In the End was, like, Andy wrote that song for his grandpa, and my grandpa died 3 years ago, I think it was. What's 2013? He died in 2009, so 10, 11, 12, almost 4 years ago, actually. Yeah, actually, it's been 4 years, wow. He died 4 years ago, and he really meant a lot to me. I was really close with him, and I know Andy was the same way with his grandpa, so when they started playing In the End, I got so emotional, and because, like, of course, like, there were flash flood warnings when we were driving up, and then when we got there, it wasn't raining, and I knew that that was my grandpa doing that for me, and, like, keeping the skies clear for me so I could have a good day. And then when Andy played In the End, like, I knew he wrote that song for his grandpa, so I was just kind of like, oh, our grandpas are probably watching us right now, like, looking down, and I just, like, got so emotional, because, like, it was just, like, a really special moment for me. And so, like, I cried 3 times during Blackpool Prides. And then the show was we were pretty much done after that point. They played at 6, and then my friend's cousin and her boyfriend wanted to go see The Story So Far. And at that point, like, I did want to go see The Story So Far, but, like, at that point I was, like, done. I was like, I can't go anymore. So we ended up, my friend and her aunt and me, we ended up going to Wendy's, and then we picked up her cousin and her boyfriend, and then we all went home. And on the way home, we were like, I literally sounded like a crack addict. My voice was, like, so bad, and it still sounds kind of bad, and I don't know why it sounds like this right now, but it does. And but my voice literally sounded awful. And so yeah, that's how that went. I'm going to Mayhem Fest on Tuesday this week, so I'm going to Mayhem Fest on July 16th. And so that'll be fun, and I'll talk about that. I'm going to see Motionless in White, Children of Bodom, and Five Finger Death Punch. And I'm going with my 2 friends. So that'll be cool. I'll talk about that. And I did get a request. It was kind of an awkward, weird request, and I don't know if I'm gonna do it or not. I mean, it was kind of weird. The person asked to stay anonymous, which I'll respect, but, like, it was just really weird. So I don't know if that's gonna happen, but I hope you guys liked my little talk about Warped Tour. I know this has been a really long video, and I'm really sorry, but so I mean, yeah, that was it. So